The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
Handoff, Elliott plowing to the goal line. Barry, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now, your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Walker, Rob Phillips, and Kyle Yeomans.
It is a wonderful Say It With Your Chest Friday here on Talkin Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company from the Star in Frisco in the SWBC Mortgage Studios. Glad you're with us. Rob Phillips, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick No C. Walker, Chris Beam, as always. It is Say It With Your Chest Friday. I don't know about you guys. Maybe it's because we're getting down to the big-time matchup.
Wow.
I feel like this week flew by.
12-inch subwoofer.
What?
Huh?
You just call yourself a...
My chest just sounded like doggone, yeah.
It's all those push-ups, man.
Did you get them in this morning?
I got some pull-ups in this morning.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't do that.
Similar, not the same.
No.
You know, me and my tweeter's going to be all right.
Okay? Tweeters, though?
Me and my tweeter's going to be all right.
Hey, tweeters matter.
I've got my
they
skull
do.
candies, and that's
they
about
do.
it.
Tweeters matter. For those that have custom systems in
Mids
their
and the
car,
highs.
the mids and the highs are very important. You can't go with the regular half-inch or 1-inch. That's not going to work. I highly suggest that anybody who's changing out their stereo inside their vehicle, get you a nice subwoofer, okay? Get you a 10-inch, at least a 10-inch subwoofer, okay? Make it a high-quality 10-inch subwoofer, though. If you don't want the 12 or the 15s, 15s are a little bit too deep of bass.
Okay.
But 10 to 12s, right? Go with like a JBL W6 or something like that, W5 at least, and then get you a nice sub, get you a nice amp, and then get your inside amp and get some 2-inch tweeters.
Yeah. Nice
2-inch
crossover
tweeters.
going on.
Gotta have it, man.
Yeah.
You know why that's
Nice
important,
head,
Robbie?
you know
Because
me.
as you raise the volume, because you know, like on Fridays we like to turn the volume up in here.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the bass just overthrows the, overwhelms the tremble, right? So you gotta make sure that the mids and the highs
Balance
go.
it
They
out.
balance it. It goes up. Everything goes up together.
Commensurate.
If you guys
Kyle,
thought
you writing
were,
this down?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he probably got the recommendation from you and your vehicle outside. So,
Science.
for sure.
I keep my volume at a steady like 12.
That was my
Steady.
science
There
right
you
there.
If you guys tuned in to Talking Cowboys, joke's on you.
Yes,
We're actually
science.
talking subwoofers.
That's right.
That's what we're going into
Bass,
today.
baby.
It's the title of the show today.
Yep, that's the whole deal.
False gates can't go wrong.
Come on, man.
I always get the same mental image of Rob just rolling up and he's listening to Encanto and it's just
Oh yeah, and that's how you got.
and that's just
Monsters University theme, too.
Yes,
If
sir.
you guys one of the two.
If you follow me on Instagram, Rob P, what are they going to see every Wednesday morning?
Bouncing to work with the kid. Well, not to work. Well, to
School
school
drop-off.
with the kiddos. Drop off, yeah.
Hey, follow your boy on IG.
It's a party.
All right,
Do it.
Follow your boy on IG, and you guys will see me dropping the kids off. We turn up.
that's the wholesome content you need on your feed. Just by the
You
way.
know what? It's wholesome
It's
content.
a timeline cleanser. Is
I
what
don't even know
it is.
what
It's a
IG name
timeline
is.
cleanser. It's also goals because I see that and I'm just like, just getting out of bed and I see Isaiah he's been up for 3 hours and he's in a great mood. I'm like, dude, get your
Yeah, that's
ass
that's
up
also
out of
that,
bed,
That's
Rob.
also that pre-workout.
I stand back on
had
IG, follow
Kyle's
it, and I'll
ears
show you guys how
burning.
to turn up with your kids. We got to create memories. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I got a question for you, Brother Dredd.
Yes, sir.
If the Dallas defense was a sound system, what kind of
Ooh-wee.
subs and how many subs would it be?
Ooh-wee.
Why
You know
is
what?
this-
I'm going
This
to
is
go with.
important, Kyle. You can't just roll with the stock system.
No, you
think
can't.
we have a
You
stock
can't.
defense?
You know what? I would.
Would you call our defense stock?
I almost went with.
MSRP.
You ever heard
No,
anybody
it's-
pull up and freaking turn their stock system all the way up? It sounds like trash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want that in your life. I'm gonna go with Bose. You know what? I was gonna go with Harman Kardon, but
Okay,
I'll
like
go
these-
with,
like these we got
I'll
around
go
our
with
head right
Bose.
now?
You know why?
Okay.
Noise cancellation.
Okay, I see
Yeah.
that.
Right? They
cancel
they
everybody out.
cancel all the outside
I see what
noise
you did
out.
there.
All they hear is what they need
Clarity.
to hear.
Plus,
DQ,
that's
baby. I
actually
hear
really
you. I
good.
like that.
Plus, they're a proud sponsor.
And
Are they now?
Yeah, just
Boom. You see
There
how you
you
did
go.
that?
boom.
I see what you did there.
There you
Yes.
There you
These
go.
are very nice headphones,
They
by the
are.
way.
All right, let's get to news and notes.
Comp me up here.
I want
was
to
like,
hear
keep me outta
news
here.
and notes, Rob Phillips, out of these beautiful Bose headphones.
Presented to you by Bose. We got a new sponsor. They didn't even know it. Well, it is the typical regen stay day for the Cowboys, and I believe Mike McCarthy said this morning on The Fan, I caught some tweets off of it, that Dak had a good day yesterday throwing. He called it a couple limited individual reps throwing. And he also said Dak is on schedule, which means to me, this is all planned. This is not, we talked about this on Media Mash yesterday where I don't think anybody wants to believe Mike McCarthy that actually Dak is still in the rehab phase coming off of this thumb injury. When in reality, that seems to be the case. He's ramping up. He told us after practice Wednesday, I hope to do a little bit more. Well, he did. He actually got into a little bit of practice. Mm-hmm. Cooper Rush is preparing to start Sunday night in Philadelphia, and we'll see what next week brings for Dak. That's what I take from it. That he's on track to return as early as next week.
So this is the nation looking at the Cowboys and saying, we don't believe you. Like, you're trying to pull a fast one on us, and Dak's not ready to go. Cooper Rush is going to be the quarterback, and then boom, 4 is out there inactive on Sunday. You're saying that's what the nation kind of thinks?
Oh, banana in a tailpipe.
Yeah. I just think it's great movie. I just think it's Eagles week, and you're just assuming there's some gamesmanship going on. And we've talked about it on Media Match yesterday. Well, maybe he could be active as the backup. I don't know about you guys. I don't even see that. I think if he's healthy, he plays. If not, he's
in sweatsuits.
Yeah. I mean, Mike said 2 weeks ago, full week of practice. He has not had a team rep yet since the surgery over a month ago.
If Dak is in sweats, who's the third quarterback in this game?
What are you talking about?
If Dak is in sweats,
the emergency.
Cooper Rush is your quarterback. Will Greer is your backup. Who's your third string quarterback?
I don't think you have one.
You don't carry it.
If you have one, he's at another position. Who is it though?
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Cedric Wilson's not here.
Yeah, I was about to say.
CD.
CD can chuck it.
Maybe Tony is just like a wildcat, just go at him and run behind the offensive line sort of guy.
No passing.
Yeah.
Listen, we've seen Trevon throw some tight spirals in practice, just kind of joshing around.
He doesn't know the offense, though.
There's no way.
He knows the offense because he plays against the offense.
No, stop this.
There's no way.
But when it comes to Dak, though, first of all, to address the latter point, for those that are saying, well, is there a possibility Dak or should Dak be the backup? Mm-hmm. Hell no. Hell no. If he's healthy enough to suit up, then he should be healthy enough to start. And if he's not healthy enough to start, then he's not healthy enough to suit up. That's how I look at it. And it's a situation where Cooper Rush is already going to be under enough pressure, both perceived and real, because that Eagles front is coming at him. But you don't want it to be a situation where he starts to feel I can't make a single mistake, because then they're going to pull me and then put in Dak, and then maybe Dak's not 100%, because if he were 100%, he wouldn't be backing up this game in the first. It's a cluster that you don't want to deal with. You go in with the same situation that you had in the previous 4 games, which were wins. Cooper Rush, you tell him to, not undercut the special teams efforts and the defensive efforts as far as potentially winning the game. And Will Greer is the backup, and Dak, see you at AT&T for the Detroit Lions. And that's kind of where we are. But I find it funny that, McCarthy, and to his credit, I've said this time and time again over these past several weeks with Cooper Rush in, McCarthy has not been inaccurate when it comes to his description or lack thereof of Dak Prescott's progress. He's constantly said it's progress. You got to get to this step and this step and this step. And he's been spot on the whole time. He never said 6 weeks or 4 weeks or 8 weeks. He's just like, we'll see. He has to hit these benchmarks. But the antithesis of that is because you get it from a fandom, you get it from both ways, right? So one says, oh, well, he needs to get Dak out there quickly. The other one is saying, and I got this on yesterday. Somebody was like on Twitter, they said, are we rushing Dak back? Well, what? What?
No, if anything, it's the opposite.
Right,
you're not rushing him back at all.
We're going into week, and then next week will be week 7.
If you would have stuck with the original timelines that were being thrown out there whenever the season opener was there.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah. With the season opener, and Jerry was like, oh, he could be back any time between 2 to 4 weeks, and we're not going to put him on IR and all that sort of thing. Yeah, he wasn't back with him 4 weeks, was he?
You should have put him on IR.
There's a part of me, and I said this the day he had the surgery, I think, that part of me thinks Jerry said that just to, it's kind of a message to the team, man. This thing is not over. He's going to be back. Let's just hold things down until he gets back, and they sure as hell have done that.
How much does helping?
Double J? But first of all, yesterday was his birthday.
Yeah.
I didn't mention that news and notes
Double J.
yesterday. Happy
we didn't
80th.
say that yesterday.
Yeah,
That's on Rob.
Yeah,
wow.
He said it. He didn't mention it in news and notes. That should have been the first news and first note.
Sorry, Bose.
Collectively. Collectively take that on us. We didn't say happy birthday to Double J.
Yeah, you do the rundown too. So
That's fair.
Take about half. We'll take 50-50.
Bow.
50-50 this end of the table.
Well, happy birthday, Double J.
Rob working
Appreciate
the
you, man.
How much does it help, though, to have a guy like Dak in the fold for 4 weeks whenever he wasn't necessarily put on IR, but he's still in the meetings, he's still in that offensive room. And
If you
he's
go on
still
IR,
able to
are you
be
not
there?
allowed to do that?
You can't do a ton of it, right?
You can't even be in meetings if you're on IR.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
a big reason why
If
they
you're
did it.
reserved, you're reserved.
Yeah, well, then that's why they didn't do it.
Big
And
reason.
that's an excellent point, Kyle, because then you have to wonder how you can quantify the impact of Dak Prescott being able to remain in the meeting rooms and on the practice field and helping with the game planning. Because who's to say that if he is on reserve and not able to do that, who's to say the Cowboys are actually 4-0 in his absence? So I think that's a contribution that helped lead to it. So, that's a good point. I'm glad you bring that up. So for those that are wondering, wonder that as well. Maybe Dak's impact in the meeting room in his absence on the sideline and on the field, maybe that actually helped them as well. So,
Isaiah, you were going to add something a moment ago.
I don't know. Things come and go, Kyle.
Things coming.
age.
Looking ahead to this weekend, and I mean, we've talked about a ton of guys on the in the trenches, defensive line, front seven. I don't know if we've hit the matchup well enough between the cornerbacks with Trayvon Diggs, Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, up against the wide receivers of A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and company. Too much on this show, and I feel like we could hit it again if we have talked about it maybe in passing, but. When you look at that matchup, where does this rank in terms of the wide receivers that Dallas has faced? Because they've faced some pretty good ones already this year. They faced Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp and Mike Evans to this point in the season.
Julio Jones.
Okay, I'm not going to throw Julio Jones into that conversation right now.
Yeah, he made a chunk play against him. So
I'm not throwing Julio Jones.
I think A.J. Brown's going to be the most difficult in regards to the most physical receiver that they faced this year.
Okay.
I think he's the most physical receiver.
More so than Mike Evans or
Yes.
Julio Jones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. A.J. Brown is a physical specimen, and he lets you know that he's a physical specimen by how he plays. I think he runs hard. He
225.
He's solid. He's solid. I mean, he's solid dude. So, I mean, blocking-wise, I think we saw the physicality of Ramsey. We talked about that last week, but we haven't talked about an offensive receiver being physical, and I think this is that guy for them. I think they have a nice blend in terms of what they do. You got your strength guy, you got your speed guy, you have your possession guy. They have a nice little mesh right there. And for what they do offensively, it makes sense. It makes sense why they will go out and get A.J. Brown because they do so much screening. They run so many screens, wide receiver, tight end screens out on the edges where you're having to block. They're having to crack down on safeties. They're having to go out there and hem up cornerbacks. So it makes sense that they add him to the fold, not only his receiving ability, but also what he brings in the blocking game.
I think it'll be interesting to see because you'll see a lot of zone from the Cowboys. But when they do go over to man sets, I'm interested to see more often than not in those man sets, will you see Trayvon on AJ or will you see Anthony Brown on AJ? I think Anthony Brown is the more physical of the two. I think of the three, when you add Jordan Lewis, I think Jordan Lewis, although he's physically smaller than those two guys, he's even more physical than Anthony Brown, but he's not an outside guy. So I personally would like to see more Anthony Brown on AJ than Trayvon in those man sets.
How much is he giving up weight-wise? 30 pounds?
Anthony?
Yeah.
Less than Trayvon would give up. Yeah, less than Trayvon would give up. But I think Trayvon would have a better chance not to say he wouldn't have a chance at, beating A.J. Brown, because he would. I mean, he's shown that he can take on the top corner in an island sometimes. But just speaking of physicality, I mean, A.J. Brown is a horse, like an absolute horse. And I would just prefer to see Trayvon Diggs versus Devontae Smith in that matchup than I would him versus AJ. But that's just me. That's just me.
Anthony is listed as 196 and Diggs is 195. So
that's what I'm saying about the same.
I guess they're about the same.
They're giving him about 30 pounds.
They're not the same build.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not the same build.
It's not the same build. Yeah, but weight is weight, right?
Yeah.
Anthony
is more of a solid
he's more
weight.
stout.
Trayvon is more of a lanky weight.
He's lanky, but weight is weight, right? At the end of the day, I don't know who's stronger in the weight room.
Mass is mass.
So
Yeah.
I don't think people really conceptualize how much of an impact that makes when in this style of offense.
You mean the weight difference?
Weight difference, right? I mean, you think CeeDee Lamb's what, 210, somewhere around there? 205
on a good day.
On a good day,
Soaking wet.
Okay, soaking wet. All right, and you got Micah. That's what 240.
Oh yeah.
So we're talking about the same. You know what I'm saying? People need to think about that. If you're going to ask, now not take the physicality out of it, but if you're going to ask, CeeDee Lamb to block Micah Parsons, you will laugh. You would literally laugh, right? Not only because he's doing that to grown men, but just from this weight standpoint, that is the same differential that we're talking about with A.J. Brown versus any of our DBs.
Kind of like the Megatron principle.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Trayvon has 3 inches in height on AB, so that speaks to the body type is a little different. So, in that being said, would you guys not play sides, and have Diggs on Smith the whole game and have?
Well, they don't shadow anyway.
They really don't.
They don't shadow.
They play sides against Cup.
That's
too,
why that's why the conversation is cool to
that.
bring up, but like they don't shadow. Like whatever side you end up on is the side, that's the disadvantage.
I was going to say
That's the disadvantage for Dallas because teams can scheme up concepts based upon what hash you're on. Right. So I have a handful of plays. I have 8 to 10 plays that I'm going to run when I get on the side of Anthony Brown versus a Trayvon Diggs. Like I know what their strengths are, I know what their weaknesses are, and I know they're not going to switch sides. If they decide to play man like they did last week against Cooper Kupp,
take the outside shoulder.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like there's risk in that.
Right.
Yeah, lots of risks, lots of rewards if you can get it right next week for the Cowboys. Or coming up on Sunday for the Cowboys.
Now, get him one.
When we come back, let's take a look at our matchups to watch this week because there's matchups all over the field. We just talked about one of them, but who is going to be the key for the Cowboys to get the win on Sunday Night Football? We'll be back with more Talkin Cowboys presented by Black Rifle Coffee when we come back.
When you build, you start with the foundation. And home ownership is a foundation of a stable future. The Bank of America Community Home Ownership Commitment has helped over 34,000 people lay the groundwork so far, with up to $10,000 towards your down payment or 3% of the purchase price, whichever is less. The satisfaction of owning your own place can become a reality. Visit bankofamerica.com/homeowner to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Little Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT?
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is.
It's a non-fungible token. Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Are you ready to take coffee off your grocery list forever? Black Rifle Coffee Club is here to help. As a coffee club member, you'll get your favorite coffees roasted, packaged, and shipped to your door free of charge on your preferred schedule. Set it, forget it, and never run low on coffee again. Members also get exclusive deals on coffee, products, and discounts from partner brands. Ease your mind and let Black Rifle worry about your coffee supply. Go to blackriflecoffee.com to join the coffee club today.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company. Glad you're with us. You're on this Say It With Your Chest Friday. Apologize, guys. I feel a little under the weather. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
Can you hear it in my voice? I'm like real stuffy.
Everybody gets gas, Kyle. You'll be okay.
You know, it's fine. It's fine. But I'm going to bring it anyways, no matter what. I don't know why you had to bring that up. Live music fans, head to the Star in Frisco on Wednesday, October 26th for a brand new monthly concert series, Sounds of the Star, featuring the spectacular Southern soul band Prophets and Outlaws. The concert kicks off at 7 p.m. and is free and open to the public. For more information, you can go online and visit thestarinfrisco.com.
Isaiah, your dirty mind.
You're a child.
I love it.
You are such a child.
Love it.
Isaiah's dirty mind.
Yes, science.
Yes, science.
Yep, that's what
It is science. It's just anatomy.
It is literally science.
Gas is clinical. It's just is what it
literally
is.
Science.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're with us. Please don't turn away the dial. It'll be better.
I think you sound fine.
What did Henry Shaw say? It
Thanks,
smells
man.
like straight gas in here.
I know that sideline.
Rob, what's your matchup to watch this week for the Cowboys and the Eagles? If you had to pick one, I know it's kind of tough.
No, it's not for me, actually.
Wow.
Because
Oh.
I'm just going to go straight obvious.
Say it with your chest.
The moment that the Eagles drafted Jordan Davis, we talked about it.
Dang it.
We did.
So I'll let you expound because I know you
No,
want to
you-
talk about
no,
it.
you go in.
No, because, I mean, we'll see how much Jason Peters plays. He says he's good to go. He's only played a max of 20 snaps, so you got to think Connor McGovern's going to play quite a bit in this game. How much has he grown from last season in a matchup where you got to play? It's strength, baby. It is.
Yeah.
You know, he's inside, first and second down probably. Fletcher Cox is going to be an absolute beast inside. How did Tyler Biotish and Connor McGovern handle that matchup?
Yeah.
Can they get the running game established? Can they get in these manageable third down situations where they were 5 of 15 last week? And that's one thing. I mean, if you ask Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy, the biggest problems right now on offense is that they're getting in these third down situations that they're not converting.
Question for you.
Yes.
Since I'm not down there on the field at practice and things of that nature, you are, and you are as well. You guys get to ask these guys questions. What sense do you get from what energy are you receiving from Jason Peters when you guys are talking to him in regards to this game? I need to know.
Take it.
Yeah,
'Cause
let's,
I think
let's
we have
let
the same
Pat
answer.
outline this.
Well,
yeah.
let's put it this way. It feels like he wants. Like he really
wants to smoke.
to play this game. Like he wants the smoke and the fire behind it. That's the energy. And you know he lovingly referred to the Eagles fans as blank idiots.
Yeah.
Lovingly so. But when you talk to him and you ask him, he was asked specifically, what are you expecting in your return in a Cowboys uniform? And he said, look, they can't do anything worse than throw stuff at me. And the vibe in which he said that was like, is that all you got kind of vibe? Where it's like, so I think Jason Peters like really wants to play this game. That's why you heard some snark in his voice when he was asked on Wednesday if there's a chance that he plays with a chest injury. And his immediate response was, I was at practice today. You didn't see me? Oh, okay, big JP.
He's got a really cool vibe about him because all we hear about from him and from a lot of guys, Tyler Smith included, is what a great mentor he is.
Yeah.
And that's great, but I think there's also a large part of him that, hey, at 40, I want to show everybody I can still do this.
He has a dog in him.
He does still have
He
a
has
dog.
a dog.
Yeah.
You know one matchup I'm looking forward to see? I wasn't going to lead with this, but I'll just put this on the shoulders of what we just talked about. Jason Peters in his return. How excited he is to go out there and just give that work. I could feel it.
Against his friends,
too. All his boys.
Those are his friends.
That's
on
what I'm
that
getting
team.
to.
Yeah.
Right? And Fletcher Cox lining up across from him and saying, how dare you put on that uniform? I can't wait to see them two mammoths collide.
That's the big thing, too, because you have such history between them in practice and everything. It's like if Zach Martin were to go up against DeMarcus Lawrence, but maybe even elevated from that because of how good Fletcher Cox has been. I mean, Fletcher Cox is probably going to be a Hall of Famer, right?
I mean, think about all the
You
conversations.
think he's going to be a gold jacket just like Jason Peters will
All
be
the
at one
conversations
point.
they've had about hating the Cowboys and the Cowboys are trash and blah, 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 blah. And then you have the nerves to go switch sides? You supposed to be my brother. You switch sides?
And now you're talking on the other side?
And now you're talking about our – okay. That's Fletcher Cox's stance. I can't wait to see this.
He got asked 4 different rounds of the same question because guys would come in late and ask the question. And by the 4th time, it was like, I had a year in Chicago, and that kind of took the fire out of it. I don't know. I think it's still there. I think
it's still there. And here's the proof: the moment the group of us finished asking him on Wednesday about possibly playing against Philly, and he made the statement while he was dripping sweat. I practiced today. You didn't see it. I'm good. That scrum ends as we're walking away. He picks up his phone and he FaceTimes someone. So you're not right. And I pointed this out to RP. You're not really paying attention because you're looking for the next person to talk to. But I heard this what stuck out. I heard him say, "What's up, fat boy?" Just lovingly. "What's up, fat boy?" So I'm like, okay, yeah. He's talking to one of his friends, and he was like, "You hear me, Hargrave?" Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if that's the same Hargrave we're talking about, then he's talking about Javon, right? So I'm
Dude,
saying,
I can't wait. I
so
love
this
this
is what
kind
I'm
of
saying.
drama.
I'm
This is gonna
saying,
be fire.
I'm saying this is going to that friendly competition
Dude,
of Peters versus the friends on that Philly defensive line. He wants to show them and the organization. I'm still here. I want the smoke. I still got some trail left.
I can imagine him.
So if that was Javon Hargrave, I mean,
you know who it was.
It ain't too many
You know
Hargraves.
who it was. You know those are the brothers. You talking mess to your brother.
I don't want to speculate, but speculate.
Yeah, you know who it was.
Yeah.
So, do you think he's going to Joe Philbin this week and saying put 50 snaps on me?
You know what he's doing right now? He's going up. I can almost guarantee you he's going up to McCarthy, looking at him square in his eyes and saying, "I want to start.
Yeah,
put me in the game.
Yeah.
Don't you dare bring me on no bench."
Listen,
and he's like, "Okay, Pro Bowler."
Yeah, I say all that to say they were already talking trash. Like he and his friends, they were already talking trash.
Certain players in this league have a power and a respect that you have to, and a regard that you have to have for them because of what they've accomplished in this league. There's only a handful of people in this league that demand that. And
Peters is one of them.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
So you can almost guarantee to see him out there starting at his offensive line, because I can only imagine that he's went up to him like, "Coach, start me.
Let me at it.
Like, let me loose."
I want the smoke.
And if you're Coach McCarthy, you look at him and say,
Okay.
yes, sir. You've earned this right."
Okay.
You guys want to take a guess? I mean, we don't know yet. Mm-hmm. But every week there's a different captain. Offensive captain walks out there.
Money on the table.
100%. It's going to be Jason.
That's a great point.
If for nothing else,
it's always a different captain every week, and sometimes it's guys going against their old teams.
Yeah.
Dude,
Great point, Chris.
I'm serious.
No, you're
he's
right.
going to be one of the captains. I guarantee it.
I'm ready.
Dude, I mean, because there's an energy in a way that you approach the game, and you respect that, and guys go about their business. They take care of their assignments. And then there's times where you look at a player and be like, this is personal. Mm-hmm. There's a certain energy, and Micah puts that energy out seemingly every game. Whereas I don't know how he finds it, but every matchup for him is personal. And he's like, "I'm going after you." And we've seen that with Gregory last year, right? Gregory, most of the time he played at one speed, and then when he got a penalty or something like that, you see it got personal. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, "I'm not going to be stopped." And it was a whole different vibe. And you're like, whoa, what was that? And it was like he was in there the whole time. He just didn't let it out. He was just very particular about when he was going to release that. I can see Peters letting that go in this game. Like, if out of any game he's ever played, this is probably the game where he's like, no holds barred.
I think I know the answer to this question, but I want to ask it anyways for those at home. It kind of goes back to the conversation we had of being overly hype and being overhyped, because there is such thing going into a game like this. Why does that not apply to Jason Peters?
Because he's done it so many times.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. He's been there, done that. He's seen it all. He's done it all. So when this happens and he has this type of emotion going back to it, it's emotional, but he knows how to get it done.
Don't be around him during pregame, because you're going to get head-butted and you're going to be a concussion protocol.
He knows how to channel it.
Connor McGovern.
Blue 10.
It'll be Connor McGovern, and it's like there's Jason Peters.
He's a no-go. That guy's a no-go.
He's a no-go. Get him out.
Peters knows how to channel it. Like you said, been there, done that. 9-time Pro Bowler, future Hall of Fame guy.
A lot of fun.
I mean, he's been in every single stadium and every single hostile environment, including the one he's about to walk back into. He's seen how it is, and it's going to be different because he's walking in with a
disclaimer.
I would imagine that this is probably one of the first times in a very long time for him that he'll have butterflies.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I will say disclaimer. We could be talking about this.
Yeah.
We could be talking about this, and then Connor McGovern's the starter, and Jason Peters doesn't see the field.
Possibly.
I just want to let that be known. But it would be fun to watch.
He's practiced the last 2 days.
Yeah, limited.
By the way, I didn't mention it. Micah got back into practice too. Limited.
Hey.
So I don't think there's any concern about him.
Good. Sorry, no C.
All right. Well, he was limited.
They didn't listen to you.
He was limited. They didn't give me
get on the point.
DMP. But as long as I don't see full on that,
spaghetti.
Yeah, as long as I don't see full, I'm fine.
All right, Patrick, what's your matchup?
You know what? It's whomever is tasked with spying Jalen Hurts, assuming that Dan Quinn's going to put the spy on Jalen Hurts. And,
who would you have spying?
Well, Micah's not 100%, so ideally it would be Micah, but he's not. So it would either be Anthony Barr, which is someone that I pointed out earlier this week. But here's an interesting one, without me even looking over there. Donovan Wilson Is that who? Number 6. Okay,
Yeah.
we're right there on the same page. Okay. Be it borrow Donovan Wilson, it would be very fun to watch Donovan Wilson spot Jalen Hurts.
Heat-seeking missile.
My God. Just hit the red button and just fire. Just
guy.
aim, fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, let's
Battleships.
say for the sake of absolute fun that it would be Donovan Wilson potentially spying Jalen Hurts. Oh, I'm staring at that all day long. Like that's just fun on top of fun on top of fun. Gimme.
Y'all don't know how much I want Dono to lead this team in tackles for the whole season. Y'all just don't know.
Air 5.
I'm just Air 5. I just love Dono.
We're Donovan Wilson stands on
Yeah,
this
we
show.
are.
Golden
Hive.
Throne.
Always.
Hashtag Hive.
That came from the Golden Throne, everybody.
Toit.
Isaiah, who you looking for?
Honestly, I'm looking for Jason Kelce versus our linebackers. Jason Kelce is going to pull. Jason Kelce is going to cross face. He's going to reach block. He's going to do all those things. And he's going to get up to the second level. What happens when he meets Van Der Esch and Anthony Barr? Those guys are going to have to get off the block. If they don't get off the blocks and shed him immediately, there's going to be a gazillion cutback lanes, and there's going to be a lot of people with both hands on their head out of frustration. They have to get off the ball and get physical with them at the point of contact. If you're not and you get held up, it's going to be a bad day.
That's a good one.
You got one, Kyle?
Yeah, actually I do. I want to see the second level of the Eagles, the linebackers, up against the run game of Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. Because I think Zeke could have a really big game. Traditionally, he's always played well in Philadelphia. He has more touchdowns and more yardage on the road at Philadelphia than he has any other place in his entire career. So I would say specifically Zeke is going to wear down that defense, because if you're going to have any success trying to block up Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis and all these guys that you guys are mentioning, how do you do it? You run the football and you run at them physically. It's not just the speed and the lightning from Tony Pollard, which that will certainly help, but it's the go-to power-hungry game of Ezekiel Elliott and just pound the rock over and over
and
in
16
that ball game.
Pro Bowls on the interior offensive
Gosh, you
line.
love it, don't you? You gotta love it. But yeah, that's my matchup to watch. I think. Can I make a bold prediction? Am I able to make
Say it with your chest. But you gotta hit your chest first.
This is your chest.
Oh, there's still a little something in there.
Maybe that'll clear up
you out
some
a
of
little
this.
bit.
So Ezekiel Elliott will have his first 100-yard game since Week 5 of the 2021 season against the Giants.
You gonna put that in writing? Yeah. And
I'll put it in my gut feeling. Yeah, I'll put it in writing. How about that?
Put it in your gut feeling today, buddy.
Put it in.
Eject those Cito.
No, we can't bring up gut feeling like that. All right, when we come back, we are picking the games. Give us a call. Be our fan picker. Our fan picker last week, Ruben, had a fantastic week.
Good job, Ruben.
Can you keep up with Ruben? Give us a call, 888-855-2297. Call us right this second, because we've got to get you on the line, 888-855-2297. We pick the games. We tell you how to win some money on DraftKings right after this with more Talkin' Cowboys.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Black Rifle Coffee Company serves premium coffee to people who love America. When you drink Black Rifle coffee, you are directly supporting veterans, law enforcement, and first responders in your community. Black Rifle's expert roasters love coffee almost as much as Texas loves football, so it makes sense that America's Coffee partnered with America's team. Go online at blackriflecoffee.com and fuel up with the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. That's blackriflecoffee.com to fuel up today.
Lil Sweet! Did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Lil Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT?
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is.
It's a non-fungible token. Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Back here on Talkin' Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company. Get the ultimate fan experience for the ultimate Cowboys fan. Join Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life, starting at just $20. Join now and get your fan pack, exclusive benefits, and a whole lot more. Visit DallasCowboys.com/United for details and to join today. Welcome back in to Say It With Your Chest Friday on Talking Cowboys. Chris Beam, Rob Phillips, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Nosey Walker. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Guys, I figured out what the records are. I went back and got it all caught up. I'm good to go.
Okay.
So we've got some records to update. But first, let's tell you how to win some money on DraftKings. Why don't you? How about that? Here's our DraftKings pick'ems this week. You can play for free for over $1 million with a deposit on DraftKings. And we've got 4 names up here. Cooper Rush, quarterback, $5,200. Michael Gallup, $4,600. Dalton Schultz at $3,300. And then the Cowboys defense at $2,700. But Philadelphia has only allowed the 7th, or has been giving up the 7 most points against defenses and special teams throughout the year. So keep that in mind when going up against the Cowboys defense and special teams. All right, who you picking up there, Isaiah Stanback, to win some money?
I'm going to go with Michael Gallup for $4,600, Kyle.
Every week is the price is right with you. $4,600.
I'm definitely
Michael
not picking
Gallup.
Dalton Schultz. That's what I'm not doing.
He got you a big fat goose egg last week.
And then he looked at his knee. So I'm not picking him. I'm going to go with Michael Gallup.
Okay, Michael Gallup for $4,600. Patrick.
I'm going to circle back to I didn't do it last week, which was fine, but I'm going to circle back to the defense. I like this
I thought
defense.
you did do it last week.
I didn't do a defense.
What'd you do last week?
I can't recall. We'd have to go back, check the tape.
I'll check the tape. I'll get back on it.
But
I bet you did defense.
No, it wasn't defense last week because I remember you being surprised that I didn't go defense.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
I'm going to circle back to defense this week. I know what the Eagles offense is doing, but they're doing it on the ground, not the air. And as long as the Cowboys scheme and execute, then yeah, I like this defense.
All right.
6 straight weeks.
The defense. Rob Phillips knows what it is. I'm going to do it right now in front of everybody on this fantasy app. I'm going to say it's DraftKings. I'm going to put Michael Gallup in my starting lineup.
That's what I'm talking about,
this
brother.
Very moment, because I think he is in store for a big game. Forget you, Zay Jones, or whatever your name is from Jacksonville.
Let's go, MG.
Get out of the way. Michael Gallup's now starting on my fantasy lineup this week. I'm probably going to lose. I'm terrible in fantasy right now.
You didn't just jinx him, did you?
Yep. All right, let's pick some games. Yeah. Here is the standings at the moment. Right now, Rob Phillips is pacing us and he is just a couple games up. He has been playing really well. 16 wins, just 19 losses. He is in first place. Right after Rob Phillips is our very own Isaiah Stanback. Woo! He has got 15 wins and 10 losses at the moment.
Thank you, Bobby.
Following that, after back-to-back really good weeks, we had Bob in Nashville go 4-1, and we had Ruben go 4-1.
Hey.
For the fans last week. So the fans
cooking.
Actually tied with Isaiah, 15-10 overall is their score. And then you've got me and Patrick bringing up the rear, tied in last place at the moment. We are both 13-12.
Lots of time.
We're just setting the stage for a magnificent
massive comeback. That's where we are.
Stick it right up your rear here. Here you go.
Yes, thank you very much, Brian. Appreciate you. All right, we've got Mario in South Texas joining us here on Talking Cowboys, representing the fan. Mario, no pressure. You've got a lot of wins ahead of you for these fans. You guys have been doing really well. How's it going?
Good morning, guys, and happy Say It With Your Chest Friday.
Hey, yes, sir. You ready to say it with your chest?
Ready to go.
All right, here we go. Let's start with the Pats and the Browns. The Patriots at the Browns. We'll start with Mario. Who you got in this one? Both teams 2-3.
I'm going to take the Browns at home. Nick Chubb has been unstoppable.
All right. Rob.
Browns at home.
Okay.
Patriots.
Ooh, your former team.
Judah
and company with Bailey Zappi at quarterback. They won 29-0 last week, and you picked against them.
That's okay.
Yeah. All right, Patrick.
Yeah, well, Garrett's back on the field, and he's going to have his way with that guy. So Browns at home.
That guy, Bailey Zappi. Give me the Browns, too. I'm going to take Cleveland at home.
The zap.
The zap. Jaguars at the Colts. Wow. Both teams with 2 wins. The Colts 2-2-1 at Indianapolis. Isaiah.
I'm going with Jaguars.
The Jaguars.
Yeah, I've seen nothing from the Colts that would make me pick them Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got to go with Trevor Lawrence has a big day. Jags win.
Big day on the road.
Yeah,
the Colts beat the Chiefs in
weeks.
Lucas Oil Stadium. Give me the Colts at home. Mario, who you got?
Jaguars throttled the Colts already once this year. They're going to do it.
This is the second time they've played? They've already played once? That's wild.
Has it
been that far into it? I mean, bye weeks start this week, too. Vikings at the Dolphins. Dolphins still a little banged up, and the Vikings are 4-1, but it's on the road. Rob, who you got?
Vikings and Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Who's at home?
Dolphins.
I'm liking the vibes from Minnesota. I'll take the Vikings.
Okay. Pat.
I'm going to go with the Vikings only because the Dolphins haven't figured out their QB situation with Tua still out.
And Tyreek is iffy this week, too.
Yeah.
Right?
So, yeah, Vikes.
Mario.
Dolphins are likely starting a rookie quarterback, so I'm taking the Vikings here.
Yeah, they're starting Skylar Thompson out of Kansas State, who was actually a pretty good little quarterback at Kansas State, but not going to get it done. Give me the Vikings on the road. It's the second week you've done that. You got it right last week. Ravens at the Giants. Who's got the better record in this game? The New York Giants do.
The football Giants.
How about that? The New York football Giants against the Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens to upset the Giants on the road.
I'm going to swipe past the Giants. You see what I did there?
I see what you did there.
And I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Why?
Jalen Smith.
Swipe. I'm going to swipe left as well. I'm going to go Ravens over the Giants.
How do you know what a dating app is? That's a question.
Why are you trying to get me in trouble,
Kyle? Come on.
Jeez. It's pop culture, man. It's pop culture.
It is pop culture.
Rob's heard of Jigsaw.
Yeah,
it's
good. Good job, Pat. Who you got?
I'm going Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson just goes nuts.
That little guy on the bike.
Mario.
I'll piggyback off of Patrick there. Martindale spent a few years with Lamar Jackson, but it doesn't mean he knows how to stop him. Ravens take it.
So Ravens across the board. This one's going to be the game that I think everybody prior to Cowboys-Philly is watching this week. The 4-1 Buffalo Bills take on Arrowhead and the 4-1 Kansas City Chiefs. Bills at the Chiefs. Mario, who you got?
I think Josh Allen exacts his revenge in Arrowhead from that 13-second debacle. Bills take it.
Gosh, that was such a fun game. Patrick.
Give me Trayvon's brother in Kansas City. I'm taking the Bills.
Rob.
I've picked wrong on the Bills every week. So I'm taking the Bills. Congrats to Pat Mahomes. Victory on Sunday.
Maybe I should take Pat Mahomes. I'm going to take the Bills, take the win. Rob, who you got? Isaiah, who you got?
I know we favor so much.
Yeah.
Well, if you shoot an arrow towards a buffalo and you don't hit him right behind the shoulder blade, you're not going to get a kill shot. So I'm going with the buffalo.
Science.
Science. This is National Geographic, brought to you by Isaiah Stanback. If you put a bird in a cage with a raven.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do the cage thing.
All right, this is the Cowboys and the Eagles. If you put those in a cage, who comes out on top? Eagles 5-0, the Cowboys 4-1. Mario, who you got?
I think Dan Quinn has the recipe to stop Jalen Hurts and that offense. They haven't seen a defense like ours yet. I am taking the Cowboys 15-13 with all 15 points coming from the leg of Brett Money Maher.
Wow, they don't even score a touchdown, but they put 15 points on the board. I like that, Mario. That might be scoreagami, the 15-13. We may never, I don't know if there's ever been a 15-13 game.
Not in this matchup, at least.
No, there's no way. Mario, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your support as always. You're one of our favorites, and keep on trucking down there in South Texas, my friend.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All righty.
Thanks, Mario. Keep trucking.
All right, Rob Phillips, who you got? Cowboys and Eagles.
Man, I've been favoring Philly all week, and then DeMarcus Lawrence talked yesterday in the locker room, and that kind of changed my whole vibe. I said this on Media Match yesterday. When he's upset and he feels like there's been too much gassing up of the opponent, the Cowboys usually come out and play really well. If you look at 2018, nobody thought they could stop the Saints in that unstoppable offense, and he went off that week. I'm riding with Tank, and I'm riding with this defense. Once again, I'm going to ride with them until they don't have a good day. So I'm going to go Cowboys in a ugly one, kind of like Mario said. I'm going to say 23-21. Cowboys.
All right, Isaiah?
I too believe in this defense, Rob. However, I don't believe in the offense, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to go 20-13 with the Eagles.
I'm in the same aspect of Isaiah and Mario as far as this offense, man. And this defense is Super Bowl caliber. I said it. I'm going to keep saying it. And I think they're going to shut down Jalen Hurts in that offense to the tune of 1 touchdown with less than a handful of field goals. So I think the Eagles get 16. My problem, though, is I think Cooper Rush's luck runs out this week because the Eagles secondary will not drop those interceptions.
Yeah.
Ahead of the season, I said they were going to split the series with the Eagles. This is where the split begins. Eagles 16-10. Eagles 16-10. Cowboys get revenge at AT&T Stadium, but
later on?
I said ahead of the season they were going to split, so I think they're going to split. So if the Cowboys do the defense is going to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Offense, well, let me say, the running game is going to do what it needs to do. Cooper Rush's Eagles secondary is not going to drop an interception. So Dak at AT&T against the Eagles, that's the revenge game.
It would not surprise me at all if we get to Monday and we say, this is the game where Dak. They could have used Dak.
Yeah.
Defense is going to do
honestly, I think I'm right there with you because, all the information is out there and the stats line up for the Eagles. The team, at least on paper, lines up for the Eagles. The depth probably favors the Cowboys. And it really, I think these games do come down to depth in a matter. It's going to be close. But I think this is going to be a game where you're going to look back and say, man, I wish Dak Prescott was available because you just want him to be a part of this win.
It's just me.
Cowboys are going to get the win.
Oh, I thought it was just me and Tank on Rob
You weren't
Island.
listening. No, you weren't listening because I said you wanted him to be a part of the win.
He set you up.
Wanted him to be a part of this because Cooper Rush is going to figure it out. That luck, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. Well, he's both lucky and the Cowboys are good. So I think this is going to get a dub for the Cowboys. 21, no. I'm going to put like a field goal. It's got to be like an ugly score. 22-17 Cowboys get the win on the road.
The one interception that Cooper Rush is about to throw is what's going to cost him this game.
By the way, Chris Beam said 15-13 has happened 17 times.
But the Cowboys will get revenge at AT&T Stadium. And it's going to split. I feel like it's going to split. So if the Cowboys steal this one in Philly, prepare yourself for me to predict the other way at AT&T. I don't think the Eagles are bad enough. You
hear this. He's picking up against the Cowboys for the first time. And you can hear the pain in his voice.
It's not the first time. It's not the first time. I picked against them in week 1
against Buccaneers.
Yeah, against Buccaneers. No, I wasn't. I wasn't on the show quite yet.
Okay. See, this is the first time on the show that you've picked against them.
Listen,
this hurts you.
No, obviously, because I want them to win. My record prediction going into the season was 12-5. The additional 4 losses have to come from somewhere. Nobody believes that they were going to run the table and go 16-1.
Except for Nate Newton.
Yeah, they have to come from somewhere, and this is one of those games where it can happen. And you would rather them lose to Philadelphia. You don't want them to lose to anyone. But if it's going to happen now, so you can have film for later, then so be it. And again, I'm all for a good show as well because it really sets the stage for the Eagles coming to AT&T for a revenge game.
I don't care about that. Cowboys are going to win anyways, and they're going to go down and they're going to win at AT&T Stadium later on as well. Chris Beam, Rob Phillips, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Nosey Walker. I'm Kyle Yeomans. We'll see you on Monday to break it down for you. Sunday Night Football, Cowboys-Eagles. Have a great weekend, everybody.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!